Hello, 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 and welcome to another week of Assembly. I'm Drekken, and I am happy to be here with you to code our bot that wins. This is Assembly. This is our group event where we code together, subdue some mob programming. Before I get into that mob program, hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you got your IDE all booted up and you're going to be coding alongside me. We're going to get this bot done. I think we've been working on this 24 days now. I feel we're on day 24. And I think it's about time to get this bot done. because it's almost time for another project. So, to get started, as always, I'd like to talk to you about what we're doing and why we're doing it. So, let's see if I have my thing ready to go. Okay, so, So benefits of mob programming. So what is mob programming? I guess that was actually supposed to be my first slide. Hold on. Technical difficulties. And by technical difficulties, I mean I was on the wrong slide. Got it. Okay. All right. So how does mob programming work? So if you're familiar with pair programming, and pair programming is essentially two coders sharing one keyboard, where you have a driver and then you have a navigator. I think one day I'm going to upgrade this like slide thing where we'll have little images so you can better visualize, but you have a driver and you have a navigator, and the driver does the coding and the navigator keeps an eye on the our roadmap and where we're going. And so then you throw in the third aspect, which is the mob, which is you. And so the job of the mob is to simply keep an eye on where we're going. And what's the best way to put it? Is that the best thing for you as the mob is to keep an eye on the code and help us figure out where we need to be for the code. Like where are we going wrong? If you have spelling mistakes, suggest your ideas and you just give it, and then the navigators will keep an eye on this chat and be able to give an idea where we need to be. Okay, so back to where we need to go. Let's talk about the benefits of mob programming. Why are we doing mob programming in general? The best way to put it is, coding can be a very solitary thing. This is a little bit of a social thing. We do it together. It's a little bit more fun. Co-authoring. So if you have, if you want to get into a bot programming, you want to code a bot, you don't want to start from scratch. I hear this can be intimidating. You don't want to start from scratch. You join in with me together and you can get credit, right? You jump in here and we code this bot together. We work on the challenges together. You can get credit and we code. And so we do co-authoring here. And then mentorship. So maybe not for me specifically, but other people who join in on here, you can get a bit of mentorship because they will know things, and together we can teach each other things we may never know. I've actually learned a lot from the other people who have been coding alongside me. So there is a lot of benefit in that kind of mentorship. And then shared code ownership. So it's not my code, it's not your code, it's our code. And that allows us to be able to get up to speed really quickly because we're kind of sharing the code. Okay, so I think double check and see if we have Dog Tato and Mindy joining us today. I'll just do a quick ping to remind them. Let's see if they join. And if not, we will continue our own journey. Let's get right into the code and see where we need to be. Whoop. Code. We do. Okay, so to catch you up to speed where we have been, we have actually checked out some of the replays. And so I think I guess it's fair to say what we should do is do a little bit of a recap of our bot and see where it stands. And then once we've done a recap of the bot, we are able to kind of set a clear plan of what to do next. let's get this bot's progress up on the screen for everybody to see, or at least for some people to see. And by some people, I hopefully mean you. I'd like you to be able to see the bot's progress. I don't know if we're going to get that on the screen now. Why? Why no bot on screen? You know, I should have had this browser ready to go. Nope, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Found it. Okay, so let's see if I can get the browser up and nice and big so you can all see. Bam. Okay. So here's our bot angler. Actually, I don't know if that's going to be big enough for everyone to see. Let's see if maybe I can make this a little bit bigger. All right. So Angler, weirdly enough, is 10th on the micro ladder. So he's actually 10th on the micro ladder, and I'm kind of proud of our boy because... Oh. Did I just lose? Oh, I thought I lost everything. Okay, sorry. My screen just blinked for a second, and I freaked out. So I was like, oh, crap. Did I just, like... blacked out? But I did. Okay, so music's playing. Okay, so... Our boy Angler's 11th on the ladder. Actually, I was wondering if maybe we'll jump to the ladder's beginning and see where that is first. And by the way, if you're in the chat, give me a shout out in the chat so I can make sure my chat stuff is working. I want to hear you in the chat. So anyways, Angler is here. Can I see the whole ladder? Yeah, look at this. Our boy is well, is this a barcode? Okay, that's so fucking rude. It's not even funny. Like, I don't know what to say. We still got barcodes. Look at this. Look at this, boys. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Can I zoom in? My boy is hiding himself on this ladder in a barcode. So if those of you don't know, in StarCraft 2, notoriously on the ladder, people would hide their identity with barcodes. But looks like we're doing that here. Oh, am I? Oh, you're right. There was no mic on the other scene. My freaking bad. Good catch. See, that's why I have you all there. Fixed. Nope, that's the wrong mic. That's good catch though, Dyson. I'm actually gonna put my shotgun mic. Perfect. Okay, fixed. All right, well, you know what? Now I'm gonna double check. I'm just gonna double check. And bam! Do we have an audio with my full screen? All right, let's go back to what I was ranting about. So, yeah, barcode. Anyways, we're 11th out of 20 bots, and so that's not bad. So yes, Dyson, it is. You can assume, and I assume correctly, that I am not a fan of barcodes. That was my little rant that was muted. Okay, so we're 10th or slash 11th here, and I think that's not bad. I feel like I always say that a lot. So we got 10 bots to program against and defeat, including my old bot, which is Nanny Z. And we also have to do this before they change the ladder. They're going to change the ladder. They're going to change the micro ladder. I saw a preview of the new maps coming up, and maybe we'll do an episode dedicated to or a session dedicated specifically about talking to this new ladder that they're building. I am a little hesitant to start a new bot because I don't know when this ladder will be finished. I would really hate to start a new bot, start a new project, because next is Terran. I'm going to be working on Terran, and I would dislike working on Terran and they just changed the ladder mid session. So, but anyways, we'll continue as is, and I don't really want to stop. We'll be breaking for the holidays as soon as ProBots is done. So assembly will come to a halt after around December 14th or whatever, and then yeah, we'll break for the holidays. Okay, so let's get into this. Let's see where our bots, how he's been doing. Can we get a little bit of a... So we got a loss against bot 3. We got a loss against Oh No No. A loss against Scorch. I don't know what this means. Initialized failure, which might be us or might be them. We beat Ready SUV. Lishman, Micro Hydra, Sharpie, Jaraka. Wow, we actually kind of did not bad since the last time. So we're gonna take a couple. We lost against my own bot, my old bot, Nanny, which is cute. I like that. We're gonna just focus on some solutions, some coding solutions against these other bots. And so I like to start each session with a review of what happened. So let's take a replay. Let's see what bot 13 did. As I think bot 13 actually gave us, looks like the biggest loss was here. Our biggest win was Jaraka. So let's see how we did against Jaraka. Let's see what we did right. Our biggest loss was against Faith No More and Durizio bot. So let's clean up. Oh, these are crashes. Okay, let's download the log and fix the crashes. That might be today's agenda, is to fix the crashes. Like that's some easy points we can get if we just fix the crash. See where we're crashing and fix that. So yeah, our biggest loss is Faith No More. So I think we'll prioritize Faith No More. And that's a good amount of replays. We'll just do 3 replays today, and then we'll code from what we've seen. Let's start out. We'll leave the crash for last, and let's check out, let's say, who do we want to watch first? I wonder if I should do a poll, or is that just too nutty? Yeah, okay, I'll just decide. No need to delay. I don't want to be coding all night. So let's go and see. Let's see a win. I like to start with a win. We did a Jaraka, and we took some hefty points off of my boy Jaraka. So let's see what happened with him. We probably I can probably close this. I feel like I can close the browser now. You don't really need to see the points. We'll just go keep the game up. And we'll just kind of just see how we did. We'll see how we did against Jaraka. And then I'm going to actually poke at Dog Tato, see if he's coming. While this loads up. Okay. So Angler goes here, which is cute. I love it. So far, so good. Is that the... Okay. I feel like that's a little further than it should be. So Jaraka is sitting here. He's not moving. So what, are we gonna go around? What's gonna go here? So we see Jaraka. We pull Jaraka. Cute. I love it. I love it so far. Though his micro is so beastie. So freaking beastie. Oh my gosh. But we still beat him. So Jesus. So now he's gonna go sprint for the thing. Man, that was a little brutal though, but fortunate for us. Okay, we don't really need to watch this for the end. We know we won. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, it closed anyways. Good news. Okay, and so then that's Jaraka. Let's see. Faith No More. No, bot 3. Let's see what bot 3 got for us, because we -4 on bot 3. So let's see how we did against bot 3. And I got a list of stuff for us to go over. and so it won't be too big. I think a deal, but I also did some refactoring the other day, so hopefully the refactor code does not screw up. And then I also did it so we have an auto upload, so our uploads go straight to the arena. So I put an auto upload, so as we upload straight to the arena, we're Gucci. Okay, so here we go against bot 3, who is a Terran bot. And so we're gonna do our strategy here in the site blockers, which is my favorite oh no. Oh no. So we ran, this is a problem, and this was a big problem before, because so they go to the site blockers, but of course, obviously you want them to disengage, right? But this is what you don't want. You don't want them to path themselves. Like I don't think we want them to path themselves. Now, this could just be a fluke. Like, this could be a like one-off, and we maybe shouldn't try to solve this just by itself. But I mean, this running through the valley ends up costing us, obviously, this game, I'm gonna guess. This zealot gets taken out without even a fight. I mean, again, this actually is not the worst position, but again, it's this ramp. Oh, this ramp. This ramp. I wonder if we can change the pathing of the stutter step back. I actually was always very concerned about stutter stepping by this ramp. And I don't know. We can't change. I don't know if we can change the direction. I don't know if we can change the direction of the stutter step. So maybe we'll dig into that. Let me put down our notes. Can we check stutter? Look, actually, can I share my notepad with you guys so you can see my notepad? So you can see. I think I can show you my notepad. Let's see. I can. That's great. I can do that. I can show you notepad. Okay, let's see if I can get this notepad pretty big. All right. Okay, but I don't think this notepad is... Does this wrap to text? It does do word wrap, but it's not word wrapping. Or is it? Oh, it is word wrapping. Oh, good. Okay. Anyways. So check stutter step back direction. Can influence ? So maybe we can influence the stutter stepping's direction. This might be an easy check. And we'll see if that's a simple thing. Maybe that's a super easy thing. So I'm gonna put a little star beside it because I'd like to take care of these are important stars. So we'll put this in the important stars as well. We'll do this as like a little prioritizing. All right, and one last replay before we get started is us against Faith No More. Faith No More being the most important because it's taking off the most ladder points off of our bot. And we're gonna want to make sure we tackle that. And okay, so you may be asking yourself, how do I join the mob programming sessions? I don't want to be okay, I'll wait for my spiel after this. I'll give you my whole rundown because it looks like this is about to load really quickly. Some bot micro arena. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So we go and we run into the site blocker, which is nice. Faith No More legit isn't doing anything. So, I mean, oh, they're like, sorry, I just realized the thing is in the way. I need to remove that notepad so you can see. There you go. Okay. Okay, so that's so interesting. How did we not win this? I mean, we did win it. Hold on. Did I miss something? I thought we Faith No More. Is that, did we not lose this match? For some reason, I was under the impression we lost that. Oh, is it a crash? So Faith No More looks like it was actually a crash. So it's weird though. It's like, I guess we crashed. Yeah, these are crashes. So these crashes are actually killing us. So if we maybe fix these crashes, if we yeah, these are crashes. So this -7, these are crashes. So if we can solve these crashes, and we will probably rise our situation a little bit better. So let's see if I can pull up the logs. Okay. So I can actually go back to the notepad and we can go over these logs together and see if we can figure out what went wrong. Okay. It's weird. It says it crashed, but it looks like, oh, here it is. What happened? What happened here? 47 on step line 487. We'll check that in a second. Something with the pylon. Line 157 on step. And then list index is out of range. So something happened here. Something occurred in this loop. So yeah, something with this pylon. Something occurred with the pylon. Weird. Dude, what if it's that is it possible that it's checking for the pylon and the pylon isn't there and thus it crashes? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, that could be an easy fix. That could be a very, very easy fix. And that could save us a crap ton of points. So let's get into looking for some bugs. So first off, we're gonna just oh, I still got this browser up so you can't even see. Got it. Okay. Okay, so that looks to me that it is actually on step. So can you check on step? Let's get this music going. Let's get a little bit of beats flying while we code. What's next in this? Yeah, okay. All right, let's do this. And if anybody joins us, okay. So as I was saying before I get started, if you actually want to join up on our weekly sessions, !join, become a member. You can actually join every week with me here in assembly to work on our bot together. Okay, so actually that's a little bit too loud, so bring this down. And actually I plan to change the membership a bit. So I might be structuring it a bit differently in terms of, right now it's per month. I might do it for like every 3 months or something like that. So if you want to get it before I make that change, you should do it now, before I make whatever change I end up making, which I will make in a few days. Okay, so on step, as reference, I want you to check check this error and tell me what's wrong. Let's see if Codium is astute. 157 list index out of range. So it's like, as I was thinking, is that it's checking if the pylon is out of range. See, that makes it easy. Okay, so this is pylon. Self.enemy pylon. What line was this again? This is line 157. So here we're checking. So yeah, so this is actually probably checking the position of the enemy pylon if the pylon exists. And if the pylon doesn't exist, because we kill the enemy, it causes it to crash. Okay, so that's what happens. So it's like, okay, the enemy gets killed. That's why we're losing these points, is because we are winning. I cannot emphasize this enough. We have to be like, so we are actually, I mean, like, we are actually winning, and we're destroying the pylon, and what happens after that is causing it to crash, because in that frame that the pylon destroyed, it no longer exists. Now, this worries me because, I mean, that could be other parts of the code that also checks for the pylon. That's a little irritating. Okay, that's fine here. Because it seems to be, it's obviously in full attack. So if full attack or self-defense position, self-full attack is true. Self-current, maybe I won't think too hard of this. Maybe I will I'll just add this piece of code, because like obviously that's what's happening. We're losing, we're winning, but we're losing. So we should just say, let's take this piece of code here. If self enemy pylon position. Yeah, there is. So that's what I mean. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, so the pylon is visible to the bot in the start, but once it dies, so once the pylon dies, it no longer exists, and so it's calling for the pylon. Now, maybe there's a better way to like structure this. See, Daredevil is asking the important question. Daredevil is asking any very, very important question, because this thing that was something that I was thinking about a few seconds ago is that obviously the pylon initially doesn't crash the bot, right? And the reason why this has actually not come up before is because technically our bot has been winning because it's been beating the enemy. It's been beating the enemy and not killing the pylon. It's been beating the enemy and killing the units of the enemy, and then it's given a win. This time though, whenever it beats the when it goes and destroys the pylon, it then it loses, and we're losing points. So that answers your question. That's why it wouldn't crash every time we win, because we're actually defeating the enemy's army, which is another win condition. So White Puma says your entire code can just be wrapped in if self enemy pylon if enemy structures unit typed ID pylon. I mean, that feels dangerous to me, because then it could, like, what happens if, okay, we can test it. We could test something like that. We could actually maybe even do the on step only happens if an enemy pylon exists. I don't know. And then we pass, like that. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to tackle this. Yeah, Puma, you are dangerous. You a dangerous coder. You dangerous. You mad dangerous. I don't know how I feel about wrapping my entire code in a single if statement like that. That feels so dangerous and iffy to me. Like, it seems on surface, I'm like, that actually could work. But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I like putting like a one whole if statement if the like, it makes sense, because if the pylon doesn't exist, then the code shouldn't run anyways, right? Why would we have a code if the pylon doesn't exist? My bot has 11K of code and you don't want to see lines of code. Yeah, that's not. So I'm committing for next time to restructure my code in a cleaner fashion. So we're gonna actually next bot, we're actually gonna put a lot of the bot in modules, little modules, to make it easier and readable. So that's our goal for next time, because I want that to be done. I want it to be clean. I want it to be clean and I want it to be readable. So that's a goal for next time. We're not doing that this time. We've come too far. So let's figure out how to make this clear. So maybe what we'll do first, let's say self. You know what's interesting though? I wonder if this works in reverse, that if our pylon is destroyed, do we end up crashing too? Because are we checking for our pylons? So let's say self.enemy. Let's see where we have instances of self.enemy pylon. Let's see how many. So we have 11 11 versions of self.enemy pylon. I mean, maybe I'm a little coward. I'm like a little bit of a coward in coding, where I'm like, okay, well, you know what though? We could just try it and we run it, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I mean, maybe we don't have to be so granular. We can just go on step, and then we'll say something like, we can even do it before some of these other methods on step, right? Yeah, that's exactly at White Puma. Like, there's no point. It won't check the position. So we can actually maybe put it around full attack. Where is full attack? Because if we put it around full attack, obviously you don't want to do full attack. We could actually put it around this entire piece of code on step, because the on step code itself, like if there's no pylon, so you could go like this: self.enemy pylon da da da, self.enemy da da da, and then we just go if pylon exists, do all the rest of this code. If no pylon exists, just pass. Right? That could work. Yeah, I think I'm going with Dyson. We could actually go right here on the first line of on step after the enemy pylon is declared, after our pylon is declared. We could actually maybe go here and we go like, if that self enemy pylon, we go if dot self enemy pylon, and then we can just take our whole on step, put it inside. Is there sleep in there? Is this all part of this? And we're like tab, and then we could be like else. Is this the right line? I feel like I should have known that before. Okay, so if, and then we're like else. I mean, and then we're just like what? Pass? Oh, okay. So, or you can do it. You can do it as a negative too. We could go if not pylon return. I don't know what would be the material difference, because I feel like if we just do a pass, it would be the fine. Or do you guys think a return is better? Like, I don't know if it makes a functional difference. Because we're like if self.enemy pylon, run the rest of the code. If there's no enemy pylon, pass. And then, you know, I don't know what that's gonna end up making. First, let's see if this works. If it works, then I mean, a return might be better. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe we just do return. If not, then return. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Functionally first, as long as it loads up, it doesn't crash. I think in a cleaner code world, I would have just done return. I think I actually plan to refactor this code. I started refactoring the on step and it didn't, I actually wasn't kind of pleased with it. So I started over again. Okay, so I feel like this code is, I think we solved this problem easily, very easy. So we were right. Let's see. Oh, so I guess it's gonna come with the, so it's running, so it does, and then it's like bam. Come on, damn it. Okay, we need to somehow test the conditions of what happens when the pylon, when it's destroyed. That'll be the best way. So we need to somehow get this other bot to not be in our way. So maybe we can get this other bot to be in the far back corner. Because if we're like, okay, other bot, you're in the far back corner, and we target the pylon specifically, and we destroy the pylon, that will make for an easier time. So let's go to our bot, and then we'll go like, see if we, where do we tell this bot where to stand? I'd like to tell this bot to stand far away. Well, we need to be able to, we need to destroy this pylon, because if this pylon is not being destroyed, then where's this defend? Okay, is this defend bot? Where's defend bot? Okay, defend bot, here we go. So he's standing by his, so if structures unit pylon, so if it has a pylon, the target is that pylon, else start location. What if we can, I would like to kind of tell him to go, so self pylon position, whoops, position, and then can we like minus, like, I don't know, minus, was it X, Y? So X to the left, it's gonna be like negative to the left, -3, negative, oh, let's -3, -2. Can we do this? Would this work? So I kind of want him to be to the far away. I don't know, is 0, 0 the bottom left of the map? Is that how the coordinates of the map work? I actually am unfamiliar. So I might just then just do that instead. Okay, so we'll do 0, 0. I should have just did 0, 0. Let this run though. Let's see where this puts us. Okay, we'll do 0, 0. Oh. Screwed up. Okay, let's see if we can tell this guy to move to the bottom corner. Okay. I'm gonna actually keep this here. Target this out. And be like, target equals, oh my god. What is it? Can I go like point? If I just want to just do a coordinate, can I just do 0, 0? Is that how I can do it here? Let's find out. Or do I have to say 0.2, 0, 0? Do I have to say 0.2? I have not done a naked coordinate before. I can't say that I have. Is it just 0.2, 0, 0? Or will this work? Does it move 0, 0? I mean, maybe that will work. I might have to say it is a 0.2. Is it like 0.2? No. I mean, maybe this will just work as is. Let's see what happens. I can't say that I've done just given regular points, but I think it's just that coordinate should be fine. Or it'll crash the bot. Well, that's okay. Little mistakes are good. Either way, I'll learn from it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I did not like that for little bots. What did I do in main again? We gave points in the main. Yeah, it is 0.2. Oh, it's the double brackets. That's what it is. It's 0.2 double brackets. Okay. I knew I was like 0.2 and then it's double brackets. Why is it not recognizing it though? That seems weird. Is it? White Puma, the second submission will be available to you on Friday, and it will give you will get an email on Friday, and it will be a different link. Is this not? Oh, is there no imports in here? Ah, that's why. Okay, that explains it. That makes sense. So I need to actually go. What is it? Was it? I always forget this import. Is it positions? Okay. That should do it, and then now it should recognize it. All right, there we go. That should be how we go. Okay, so we're about. That should be pretty good. Okay, so a couple ways if you want to support what we're doing. If you want to, you don't want to get like one of our memberships and you just want to support what we're doing. Oh, good, it's moving. Woo! Where are you going? Okay, good, that's fine. Let's see. Okay. It didn't crash. All right, guys, we fixed it. That's finished. That worked. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, we can call that complete. So we don't need to do that. That's fantastic. That is absolutely the greatest. Actually, I'm gonna put that back. I'm gonna say like debug for testing against pylon only victory. All right. Okay, that's one bug out of the way, which is actually that bug alone will probably, I would say, maybe give us 2 to 3 more points because we were losing -7 each time that bug happened. So let's pull up our. Okay, first things first. Let's change some of. Let me switch and show. Let me show the notepad. All right, there it is. Okay. And then we'll where was this bug? Check stutter step victory if the amount of DPS is available. Okay, so actually I guess I didn't write it down. I must have just immediately jumped into it. I thought I had written it down. Why aren't the zealots attacking? Checking for arrivals. So maybe I didn't actually write down this bug, which is a little disheartening because I like to check things off. I actually really like to check things off, and so my dopamine levels don't get that love. So I'm gonna check the stutter step. Okay. So this is our next objective, is check stutter step. So actually I'm going to make our objective is clean up bugs. Clean up like silly bugs. Let me make that goal right now. So today we're gonna clean up bugs. And then we're gonna, what else we're gonna do? Today we have time to, what do we got here? If the amount, why aren't the zealots attacking? So we want to find out why aren't zealots attacking. Maybe that's all under cleanup bugs. So that would be, I'm gonna call that a bug because it's not supposed to be attacking. I mean, it's supposed to attack. And then check the arrive code interfering with target BMA on BMA and then PM. So those are bugs. Those are all 3 bugs. We're gonna get those out of the way. And this was an interesting, it's attacking too early. Yes, so we want to actually do that too. That's not a bug, that's actually just a change. So we're going to change conditions of site blocker attackers. Site blockers. Site block. Let's say SB attack. Okay, and then what else can we get done today? If enemies on the high ground, this is a big deal. If the enemies on the high ground, zealots move on to the same high ground as stalkers. I don't know if we'll get that done today. That should be fully dedicated. That should be like a straight up, a full session. This is also a full session. Victory assessment. If that's this is a whole thing on itself. So once I'm going to declare this today that once we're finished all this stuff on the list, we're done this bot. This bot is done after that officially. So I think these are a pretty solid list of things to do, because if I keep adding to this, we'll be doing this all day. Unless a bug. So bugs don't count. So we'll do bugs and then we'll clean up this list. We'll start breaking down this list. So once we take down this list, we'll call this bot finished and we'll start mapping up the next bot. Okay. So if enemies on the high ground, we're not doing this today. That's too much. Scout, pull the enemy. Okay. So I think changing the conditions and fixing the bugs is probably a really good point for today. And I think we'll go with those. I mean, Dragonbot is gonna be #1. Like, don't count Dragonbot out. Actually, guys want to check on let's check on Dragonbot. I shouldn't actually deviate from what we're doing, but I kind of am curious, and I haven't checked on him. And so either I'm gonna embarrass myself by showing, we're gonna look at Dragonbot, and he's actually like getting wrecked. Because some people on the ladder have actually been targeting Dragonbot. So let's go see how Dragonbot's doing. And then we'll get back into this code. A little bit of a detour. Let's see how Dragonbot's doing. I am already working on the next episode of Bits of Code. So... oh, he's not on that one. So let's see where Dragonbot is. Dragonbot is... where is he? Where's my boy? Oh my god, is he like... oh my god, where's my boy? Yo, where's my boy? Hold on. Is he not even on the... oh, I have to... I just realized there's a new season and I have to enter him into the season specifically. So I like freaked out because I'm like, oh my god, where is Dragonbot? But the season had ended and he's not on it. Okay, so that's okay because I'm gonna not... yeah, this is a new season. So that freaked me out because I was like, oh my god, where is he? But that's okay. Actually, I'm not gonna put him on. We're not putting him on. We're actually gonna keep him off because I'm gonna do a new episode of Bits of Code. And then I'm gonna throw him on for there. And I'm pretty confident I can take myself out of Division 3. So we're in Division 3 now. So I'm pretty confident I can take myself out of Division 3. Because who's in here? Chance is in here. Norman, Amalite. Yeah, we can totally... Yeah, what I got cooked up, we are getting into Division 2, boys. For sure. Like, I can... Like, Nita? Yeah, I'm going to beat Nita. I'm going to beat Nita. Definitely 27 turtles. Got his number. 72 Tauruses, not confident about, but maybe. Laser circuses. So like, yeah. So Division 2, I'm a little etchy on because tiers in Division 2. I don't know where we're at with, like, I would say we are, where's Micro Machine? Yeah. So I would say my threshold will be right around here. Artie? Where's Artie? Or Artie's like not on here. He's probably up at the top. This is like Artie's is probably in Division. Yeah, Artie's in Division 1. So I'm predicting my entry will get me around Division 2 because you have like Mecha Shark in here. This Mecha Shark is would be tough for me. My goal to beat is Raiden P bot. I can do that. I think I can take out Phantom bot. Blunty. This is an Infi bot. That might be questionable. Team Eris random example. I think I could beat a random example. And then Perilous Protoss bot. So I think he's gonna be in Division 2 with what I got cooking up next. So anyways, so yeah, Dragonbot is actually, if you no, mind me, this is a good time. Please jump in, come into Discord, and jump in with me. We're not done yet. I still got about 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes on here. So we're just reviewing what my next bot will be, or how my main bot will do on the ladder. So let's go back to the coding, and I think Mind Me will be joining me and we'll catch him up to speed. I'm really excited. Hopefully Mind Me will be here. Let me turn off this browser. I'm gonna have to put like a button so I can actually just turn it off and on at will instead of... Oh, you can't? That's heartbreaking. That's okay. Okay, so we will continue where we were at. I won't be joining us today, but we're gonna still get to where we are or where we need to be. So we're working on bugs. So in terms of bugs, where do we... Okay, stutter stepping in direction. So to take care of stutter stepping, we're gonna need to probably go into stutter step, unit back. First of all, does unit back stutter stepping have any properties that we can... So there's a kite via pathing. What kite via pathing Boolean is true. Huh. What does it say here? Kite back using pathing. Value for grid must be present. So it has to have a grid. Passes the grid, so it sees the grid. Can we influence this grid in some way? Because that would be ideal. The unit wants to shoot at the unit that wants to shoot. Okay, so we only really have the optional... Can we influence this grid in some way? Because that would be probably, I guess, the best way. I am not very familiar with like the grid and whether or not how to manipulate it. So what do I have grid right now? Is it, what array am I doing with grid? So grid equals grid. I mean, can I manipulate the grid? So grid equals MP array self moderator get ground grid. Can I Guess the ground path and grid. So I guess this just returns a grid. And I actually probably won't have any influence over this. This is probably baked right into the actual framework. And I may not have any influence. So I may have to ask Rasper what to do. That might be a question for Rasper, who built this framework, because I'm using the ground grid. Get ground grid mediator. Let me check the API, because maybe the API will tell us something. So API for the Eris framework. I'm gonna do a quick search, and then if it's worth showing, I'll put it up on the screen. So ground grid. Oh, you know what? Okay, so this is kind of worth. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up on the screen. This actually might be worth discussing. There's actually a nice little explanation here, and I think it'd be kind of fun to read this together. So let me pop this on. That is not the right browser. That is my presentation. That is not what I want either. Hold on. So let's go browser 3. And this is gonna be, whoops, that is actually not the right thing. Sorry, that is not. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen as it was. I'm gonna pull up this. You know what? It's not showing up. That's unfortunate. Weird. Oops, that is not it either. Sorry guys, I have a lot of like scenes. So okay, so let's see if I can get the scene out here so you can see what I can see. Okay, I think I almost got it. Ooh, there we go. If I scroll up, okay, let's do it from here. Okay, so grid is essentially a two-dimensional array where each element represents XY coordinate in the game, and the value of the element will... Let's stop this music for a second. Okay. A basic ground grid might contain zeros for unpathable tiles. Also, this is a nice little... shoutouts to Rasper for giving me a little explanation. This is actually really nice. A basic ground grid might contain zeros for unpathable tiles and ones for pathables. See an example below of a simple pathing grid. It'd be nice if we could actually somehow say that the actual ramps are not part of the grid when we're doing stutter step back, and then they wouldn't try to stutter steps back on it. I know that's not as simple as it would be, but let's see here. Basic grids can be used for all kinds of purposes, but in the context of combat, we would like to add cost, sometimes known as influence, on this map. For example, in pathable cells that contain enemy dangers, you might increase the value from default from 1 point. So this is an influence map. 1.0 to some value that represents the danger level. With the information, we can enhance our micro capabilities, opportunities, and pathing queries in the areas via the SC2 map analysis library. Will take into account costs when calculating paths. Existing grids and areas has several grids that relevant enemy costs added. They are opinionated but are intended to help a user quickly get up running with pathfinding enemy influence. So what he's saying is, if I want to use his grids, you know, this is the cost. If I want to make my own grid, then I can do that, which I don't feel like doing. At the end of this tutorial, we can describe how to create your own grid. Okay, well, F me. I guess, like, if I really, really, really want, I can make my own grid if it really matters to me. I mean, I don't know. Do I want to do that? I mean, it could be fun to make my own grid. Okay, not today, obviously, but that could be worth taking a look into. Like, if I really want to solve that problem, I would maybe, you know what? I won't do it. I'll wait until the next map is released, and then I would look into making our own ground grid, because then I could make us have a lot more strategic influence over our bot. But they're about to change maps anyways, so I don't think I would want to do that until I know what's going on with that. Okay, the following grids are set up and ready to use out of the box. Self-mediator get air avoidance grid, air that's irrelevant. Air grid, self-meter air versus ground grid. A specialist grid where ground pathable tiles have increased costs. The idea behind this one is for units with favor high ground areas when using pathing queries. I wonder if you could use that for get climber grid, same as get ground grid, but areas where reapers can jump or colossus can climb are pathable. Not useful, but really cool in the first place. I like that, because you could then for reapers, so that's really cool. Not useful right now because that would be ideal. Self meteor get ground grid, a ground grid that contains all enemy units and affects dangers to ground. Self meteor get ground to air grid that contains only costs from ground enemies that are dangerous to air. Okay, so those are interesting grids. I learned a lot because I didn't actually know that there were some of these other grids. I actually only use get ground grid, but there are some others to use, worth knowing. Example grid usage, don't need to know that, because, well, what's this? Wait, maybe there's maybe there is something useful in here. Hold on. Areas contain several ways to use pathing. Self-mediator find next point where you have a unit, but you need the next point to move along a path. Oh, that could be interesting. Find meteor, find raw path. Get the entire queried path. Self-meteor find low priority path. This will calculate an entire path, but then only return several points along this path. Useful for clearing up commands, for example, overlord going to a spotting position. Interesting. Path unit to target. Path group to target. Keep units safe. So self-meteor find closest safe spot. Given a position, find a nearby safe spot. Most useful for working out where to retreat to. This could be cool. I mean, we could maybe use this, maybe, because like maybe a workaround, like, can we get our bot to somehow detect if it's on a ramp? Can we do that? Because if we got the bot to detect if it's on the ramp, we can then say, okay, if on ramp, go to the closest safe spot and then continue. That's an interesting question, because then it's like, if our units can detect if they're on a ramp. I don't know if that's possible, but I would have to maybe look into that. Keep unit safe, takes care of finding a safe spot for the unit. Yep. Keep group safe, not relevant. Checking costs. Grids are numpy arrays, and each cell matches in the in-game position. Blah blah blah. Climber grid. If reapers included in their arrays and Scythian extension library, which includes some helper functions for checking numpy grids. Import grid arrays. Get climber grid. If reapers. Oh, what's this? This is reapers, but maybe we can actually modify some of this for our own stealth. What is this? Reaper is safe. Is that an actual function? So for reaper is reaper. Maybe we could use this. Have a check on the Scythian extension library repo docs for other functions, including all points below max value, all points that have value, index value, and side points with value. We could actually make a workaround. This might be very viable. I don't know if I wonder if ramps have a cost, because then we could actually maybe use this to do that. This is interesting. Can we go to the Scythian extension library? And if I click it, will it just let me do it? Okay. Already pending. Da da da. Scythian extension SC2. Okay, there's a lot in here. I don't know if I'm gonna do this right this very second. Might be worth looking. You know what, guys? I'm gonna actually drop this at least in the chat. And if you, as those of you in the chat, want to take a look and you come up with an idea, I'm gonna leave that to you. And then you can actually take a look. I'm gonna drop this in here, these things in here. If you come up with an idea for what we can do with that, then I'm gonna be all ears. For now, I think that what's best to do right now will be to, because like we could do something where we check the position. Because right now what we're doing is, I'm gonna actually, let's open this up to the AI. I'm gonna actually ask it a question. So let's get back to music, because I'm in that, we're back in that coding space. I'm gonna go let's ask Codium and be like, hey, let's give it the stutter step back. And so then we actually wanted to, so we'll say control. You can loop over ramps, get the distance from them, and if you are close to one, you can find the safe spot. I mean, how do I check if there's a ramp though? Like when you loop over ramps, what do you mean? Like you mean like get like a in the beginning on step, do like a loop over all, like take note of all the ramps? Oh, that could be a solution, because we could then, what is it in the game though? How can I identify ramps in the game? I doubt it's gonna know this, but let's find out. Because technically if we store all the ramps and then we can actually get the coordinates of all the ramps. We could actually keep coordinates of all the ramps. And then we could actually say, okay, if we're on a ramp, like there should be an array of ramps already. What is this array? I know nothing of this array. What is this ramp array? And how do I get access to it? Is this in, it's gonna be in Python SC2, I guess. Let's test some stuff. Let's go. Let's do something in our delayed start. So let's go here. Oops. We'll go like self dot, I don't know, ramp. Oh, there's some ramps in here. What's this? Self dot. Yeah. So you're saying it's in Python. Is it in game info? So game info. Game info. So let's actually, sorry, let's go like self dot ramps. Let's say self dot ramps equals self dot game info. Is ramps a thing? Is this a thing? Map ramps? What is this? Is this a thing? Oh my god, this actually might be a thing. What is this? How do I use this? It's okay, mind me. I think this is a thing. Self.ramps equals self.game-info ramps. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So we could actually, I don't know how I would use this. Because it would be ideal if I could say, check if you're at one of these positions. Check if you are at this position. If you're on this position and you're attacking, move to a safe spot. Okay, that might be interesting. Let's take this. And then let's go down to stutter step. For P and ramp points. Oh, you're saying we can like store it in an array. Man, oh, you guys are throwing a lot at me. Because we could go for P in ramp points. We can just save it in a thing and we'll just have like coordinates. I would use center bottom instead of top. I'll admit, mind me, I don't actually know how to get it. Like what will it return? Why don't I actually, let's print it. Let's print and see what it is. Because if we print it, at least we get an idea. Like maybe I'll get an idea. I'm trying to type parts. Oh, it's getting censored. I mean, yeah, I don't know how to get around that for YouTube. Okay, let's do a print and let's see what it gives back. Where's a good spot to do this? Okay, let's just do it right here on top. So we go like for P in self dot game info dot. So it's find ramps and what does this one do? Find ramps and vision blockers. Calculates points that are pathable but not placeable, then divides them into ramp points. If not all points around the points are equal height, and into vision blockers if they are. Well, I don't want the vision blockers, but that's interesting. And then we go like ramps. What is this one? Map ramps. Let's see if it'll just what it'll give me. Let's see what it'll pop out. I'm guessing it is just gonna just print out a bunch of prints, like just 0.2 coordinates. Let's find out. But I actually agree with you, me. I think the best thing to do is get the center of the map, center of the ramp, and make sure we're not standing on it, which is ideally that's what we're gonna want to do. So this will actually have to be breaking into two parts. First of all, the first part is, okay. What do we got here? So we got a crap ton of points here. So I'm getting a lot of points here, and I guess I don't know what I'm looking at. Like these are obviously map coordinates, which I'm guessing this one ramp. Oh, so here it is, ramp. Ah, the ramp is made up of multiple. So the ramp is actually made up of multiple coordinates that make up a ramp. So 35, 13, 33, 13. Okay, this is not bad. We could actually use this. The 33, 13, 36, 13 makes up the ramp. So let's break up our project into multiple spots. We're gonna actually, we can tackle this. We can do this. This is not impossible. This is definitely not impossible. So let's break this into check stuff. Okay, so this gets broken into two parts. So first part is get center of ramps. Get center of ramps. Yeah. I'm going to, as Aunt Mind Me says, get the center of the ramp. It's just the average of ramp coordinates. And store them in a list or an array. In a list. And then the second thing we're going to want to do is do a before our stutter step. So we're going to go if units in range. So if there's an enemy, for unit in ranged, for unit in ranged, do XYZ. So it goes, if units in ranged, actually, maybe we should do it. So if there's an enemy in range, and then we'll check. So it goes, then so before attacking enemy, if unit is in ranged, check if on the ramp, check if on it, check if on the position, on average, on center of map, on center of ramp, then calculate a safe spot to move to. Calculate safe spot to move to. So we'll want it to somehow, if it's on the ramp, we want it to actually go down the ramp. We need to actually make sure we go further away from the ramp because we don't want the enemy to take the high ground. We don't want the enemy to take the high ground. Because if the enemy's on the ramp and we're off the ramp, so we're gonna actually want them to step away, move, calculate a safe spot to move away from ramp to pull enemy off ramp. And I don't think anyone's going to be calculating. I don't think anyone is going to be calculating that that we're pulling them off the ramp. Like that's like a level of micro I don't think any bot author is really doing. So if we kind of like kite them off the ramp, that would be pretty huge. Because like I think we'll want to do that. This would only apply to stalkers and not to melee. Because I think melee is fine to find on the ramp. It's okay. So we'll have stalkers pull. I think though we also have to make sure they are. Can we check? Can you check what direction the unit is facing? So before attacking, if the unit is in ranged and unit is facing, what way do you want them to be facing? What way do you want them to be facing? The lower the enemy, the unit is not facing the lower position. So I think you can check what direction the unit is actually facing. I don't remember the exact way, but it's not, I don't remember. I think it's pretty possible. You can check the unit, way your unit is facing. Then we can check if it's on the center of the map and it's not facing towards down the ramp. Not facing facing down the ramp. So maybe we actually also have to calculate or separate the lower center of the ramp, question mark. Or maybe we have to calculate that too. Okay, so this breaks into 3 smaller problems that we can take care of. So first problem is get center of the ramps. That's what we gotta do, and store it in a list. First thing. I myself am not going to be. I'm actually gonna pose this to AI, and then I'm going to actually store this. So we're actually going to assign... Where's a good place to put this? We might even put this in the same place we do vision blockers. So like we can just do this in the same... I think it's okay to do this in the same method as doing vision blockers, because we're already doing this. I think we're only calling this once. Yeah, we're only calling this once, which is good. Yeah, let's maybe self-defense positions. Yeah, let's define them here. Okay. Because I only want to make sure we're doing this once. This delayed start's only running once, isn't it? I think delayed start only runs once and then it doesn't run again. We don't need this print statement anymore. So I think delayed start only runs once. Yes, delayed start. So if not self-delay. Okay, so we'll just do it in delayed start. We'll do it in here. So in delayed start, let's get all the ramps and we'll say like, okay. Get all the ramps, get all the center of ramps coordinates. Of map ramp coordinates. And then what if we say something like, hey, Codium, be like, okay, get the average, how do I want to say this? Get the average of the coordinates from the different ramps stored in self.game.info.ramps. Is that what it was? Shouldn't have deleted that. And store them in a dictionary. See if that works. I don't think that. Oh, maybe. Interesting. 4 ramps in self.infinite.x sum. Interesting. I'm curious. Why don't we do that? Did we calculate the ramps? No, we got the high points. So let's go with this for a second. So let's go. So we did something for high ground. So high ground. So checks if enemy is on the high ground. And so in here, we check the unit Z position. Oh, this is good. So this is actually how we check the position. This is good. We'll actually use this later. Of the ramps, there should be a top center and a bottom center already defined. I am unfamiliar with such things. But yeah, this is where we did that. I mean, this is a good question. Now I am curious to know. Let's ask, you know what, Codium should be familiar with Python FC2. Can I pull up repositories? Is that, can I look up Python SE2? Is this a thing? Do you know? No, you don't know what Python SE2. You don't know the Python SE2. No. No such luck. No such luck. Probably only well-known repositories. So maybe it is already defined. I think the best thing to do would be to check. Wanted to ask the bot if it knows. Can you check the Python SE2 library and see if there is a function or a method or something to get ramp centers, top and or bottom. Interesting. Is this a thing? Top center equals ramp.top center. Is that a thing? I mean, I'm willing to test it. I'm willing to try that. Might be worth checking out, and then we'll print. I actually kind of like this idea, but I'm going to take that out for a sec. I don't know if this is right because it's a little. I don't think it's not pulling from Python SE2. I think it just kind of made that up, but also I found that there's a terrain manager class in Ares. Oh. You did find something. I found that there's a terrain manager class in Ares SE2 library has a method called get enemy ramp that returns the enemy's main base ramp. Okay, that's not useful. Enemy main base ramp property returns the same ramp. This ramp object is okay, so that's not unfortunately going to help us because that's looking for the main enemy ramp and that won't help. So I appreciate the effort on that. So let's try to take this code. I'm actually going to try I'm going to try this here. So we're going to go like I'm just going to keep this and then we're going to say something like get ramp sorry, so go ramps equals, and then we'll say something like for ramp in ramps, and then top center. Oh, maybe does that work? And then bottom center. So if I go bottom center, will that print something? And then it will say print. So I guess let's see if this works. I mean, let's find out. This code doesn't seem too bad. I am willing to test it. We are going to be coming to an end very soon just because I am getting hungry. Oh my god, I just realized all this, like, I still have a bunch of stuff on the screen. My bad, guys. I wasn't paying attention. I still got the... You didn't even get to see the code I had. My apologies. I still have like the notepad on screen and I still have... Okay, my bad. Yeah, so I was just typing it out. I'll show you the code in a second so you can see. Hey! Oh! Hold on. Stop. Okay. Damn it. Oh my God. Okay. You know what? Let's disable that print statement. It's actually changing. It's making me annoyed. So like, did we even get the? Okay, we still have the print statements in here, so that's good. So we have 21, 28, 18, 27, 35, 40. So these look correct. I think we got it. I think this is them. So that looks right. So then what we'll have to, let me go turn off this print statement because it's actually trying to drive me nuts. So should circle back. Should circle back can be disabled. I don't need this print statement. 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 Okay. That should be clean now. Let's go back to ramps. So it looks like we actually won't need this here. That's good. Because we actually have, yeah, we actually now have the coordinates. Can we save this into maybe a dictionary or something? So for ramps, and then we save it, and something be like, we'll call this like, I don't know, what do we want to call this? It's like ramp danger zones. Save ramps. I think that could. So you shouldn't need to save anything. You can just get it from there. I mean, okay, but like if I just for ramp and ramps, can I get it? Can I get it just from maybe I'm misunderstanding because it's like if I get if I just get in ramps, so ramps equals self.image for ramps, because this is only running a delayed start. Should I don't know if I should be checking every, because will it slow me down if I'm checking every frame for the center of the ramps? I mean, I guess I could just check every frame. What is the best way to do this? Because then we can go over each ramp and check if it's one of the ramps on ramps. So for each ramp, so for ramp and ramps, check if it's one of these ramps. I guess even saving it in a dictionary doesn't make a difference, but I'd still have to go over it, right? I would still have to go over it. So I guess you're right. For ramps and ramps would actually end up being the way to go, because I still have to go over each ramp. So maybe I don't need to save the coordinates, because I still would have to go over each ramp anyways. Even if I save the coordinates into a dictionary, I'd still have to go over that dictionary and check if I'm in there. You only need to check when you're in danger or engaged. Yeah, so you are correct. So we can actually maybe bring this down to, so we'll take this code and bring it down to the stutter step. And we'll go down to stutter step. Unit back. So like, okay, so if there's ground enemy, and then we'll go like, okay, if there's an enemy nearby, now you need to check the ramps. So you're gonna first want to check if there's any ramps. So else if, so it does all its thing, and then it's like, oh, there's an enemy nearby. And it's like for ramps equals self game info ramps. And then for each one of these ramps, you're gonna be like, oh, for ramp and ramps, check the top, bottom, center. And then you're gonna check first if you are on any of these, then do this. So let's make sure this logic makes sense before I get into this. I would put the ramp check in its own function and then return true or false. Mind me, you genius. Why are you not here with me? You sound so cognitive. You could have been here. Okay, so let's I like that. We'll do a ramp check instead. We'll go down and we'll do like a ramp check. I like bring this function down here. We'll call this like a def check for ramps, and then we'll be like we probably have to pass the units the unit in this. We'll probably have to pass the unit's position into this function, because that would probably make, so if we'll probably pass the units into this function, and then it'll check individually if the unit in unit if it has, and then it'll just like true, maybe. So then maybe we have to pass the unit units, or is it unit? How does it go again? Yeah, you need to pass the unit position in the ramp position. So okay, then get the distance of the 2 points, and if their threshold returns true. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do this tonight, and maybe I'll make a note, because that actually is going to require me not being hungry. What was SB? Okay, so we cleaned up the bugs. We will actually call cleaning up the bugs as complete for tonight. And then we're gonna go like, we did clean up the bug. We cleaned up. Did we clean up all the bug? No, we didn't clean up all the bugs. Sorry, we are not done all the bugs. So I'm actually going to change this down to our sub goals, so I have it for next time. So we get center of ramps. We did that. Then get ramp center. We did that. And then we need to do conditioning, or rather logic, when unit is on ramp. So this is what we need to do. So I'm going to leave this so that we have that for next time. And we're going to do that. Then I'm going to take Mind Me suggestion. I'm going to actually put that in our notes for next time. We're going to be like, okay, to do we're going to go pass units positions, pass ramp positions, and then check distance within a threshold if within threshold, then return true. If crossed, return true. And then we'll go back to stutter step. We're gonna like to do call check ramp function. If false, continue. If true, move to safe location away from enemy? Question mark? Away from enemy or away from facing position. All right. I didn't think of that either. Either way, you'll need to access it. Okay, so I don't. Okay, so we'll go ramp. So we just need to pass unit's position. We don't need to pass the ramp position. So we'll pass that position and we'll do that. And then we'll go like there. And then we're like, okay. Cool. So that's it to do for next Monday. Cool. Okay. I think that's a really healthy place to stop for today. Let's did we do anything worth? Oh, we should upload today because let's actually make sure we're updating to AI Arena. So we'll go into the config and we'll say upload to AI Arena true. And we'll so what did we change here? Okay, so that's fine. So added positions for dummy bot. Commit. Then we created auto upload. Commit for that too. And then what changes did we make here? Just make sure we didn't screw up anything. Did I change stuff here? That's right. That's right. Yeah, I did change how the... I did do... I actually did a refactoring of that one. I did refactoring there. Okay, that's true. I did do refactoring here, but it doesn't... Did I refactor this as well? Okay, that's fine. So I did refactoring methods, and then I also... What did I do? I refactored methods, and then I checked for ramp position. And so that's what we did so far. And then we're gonna commit to that and we're gonna be good. Okay. So this is gonna update and hopefully it won't crash because I did refactoring. I tested it, we ran it a bunch of times, so I don't see why we would not be okay. Okay, so we'll check on our bot next week. We'll see how well it did. Can we benchmark it? Where are we so we can benchmark our progress? Oh, this is not the micro arena. This is not micro arena. Where are we? Can I get this back up on the screen? I guess not. Aha. Okay, I can indeed get it back up on the screen. Oh, except that it's really small. I have 1,001. Whew. I had to sneeze. I don't know why this is so large. Okay, let's see if we can go check the micro ladder. Okay, So benchmarking, we're at 10. We'll see how well we do next week. Can I get a little closer here? Yeah, so we're at 10. And then we'll see if we fix this. Hopefully this should be a little bit easier. We should maybe get up a little bit into 8, 9, maybe to 7. We'll see. All right. Yeah, good work today, everybody. I think it was a good session today. Yeah, so next week we'll get back into it. If you want to join me and code alongside me, of course, you got to do the exclamation mark join up with the join up the community every week. You can join me here on assembly. We can code together. Hit up exclamation mark join. That right now I have it at a certain price point. I'm actually going to look to change it in the very, very near future, this week actually, before Probots gets back to started. As well, if you don't actually want to do it and you want to just to support the channel, we have the channel memberships here. I actually don't know, I don't know if I have a function for that here, but is it just YouTube? Let's see. Yeah, so it does work. So we have like the channel memberships here on YouTube if you want to support the channel and just get like a cool emoji or badge. That goes a long way to keeping our videos available and free and to continue to do this. Like, that is like the best way, really, if you just want to support the channel without having to have the extra burden in joining me with coding. But of course, if you want to join me with coding, you have those options there. All right, so until next time, I think this is a good time to... we're getting close to this bot. We're almost done. And then we're going to go on to the next one. I'm actually open to suggestions for the next microbot. We're going to start that really early today. If you have suggestions on what you want to see for our next bot in terms of strategy, in terms of the challenge we want to do with this bot, like, leave a comment if you're watching later. Actually, probably, yeah, leaving a comment is going to be after we finish the stream. Leave a comment. And that's going to be the best way to influence what we do for the next bot, which is looking to be going to be Terran. The microbot's going to be Terran. So until then, everybody, happy coding. See you next time.